forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
It is still coming down for some folks out there.
I know, a busy night.
Yeah, lake effect definitely kicking in, and with the wind direction, we've seen it in a couple of different places. Started in Tooele County with that straight northerly flow. It shifted a little bit, the western end of the valley now getting it. Live view right now from the Daybreak area. This is South Jordan.
Shout out, Sojo.
Yeah.
You're my people.
Have a daybreak day. I don't know if that consists of a daybreak day, because look at those road conditions. It definitely is noticeable out there. And we are seeing this towards Eagle Mountain, so northern portions of Utah County, as well as the western end of the Salt Lake Valley. We're not done. Nope, we're not. And that's going to get icy. So just so you know, with our cold temperatures, it's not going away. Time-lapse video from Cache Valley shows the snow coming down. This is cool to see. And it continued. We had some light accumulation. There were some areas that picked up about 2 inches. The official reading was low, but look at this. You know the snow was falling. And tonight, we're going to see some fog in that area. I'll get into that. Great pictures coming from Bear Lake. Thank you to Carol. It was a record-breaking day. Alta actually broke a daily snowfall record. Kanab broke a daily precipitation record. And Wellington had a record high minimum temperature today. So all throughout the state, we're dealing with some records. Waking up this morning in Ogden, 2 inches. Thank you to Jamie for sharing. Some areas and valleys did better than others, but we had measurable snow, which we haven't had for a while. From north to south, this one from Dameron Valley. Stephanie, thanks for sharing the Vail volcano. Logan, 5 inches. There we go, that updated number. Over 4 for the Wasatch Back, 3.3 in Park City, more than 2.5 in Brigham City. The Ogden Bench right there. Alpine got 2. Manti. Kanab got 2 inches of snow. We saw it on the cameras this evening. Fremont Indian State Park and Cottonwood Heights. So valley snowfall, we went trace to 3 inches. We kind of fell on the lower end to the middle. Our winter weather advisory is holding on for another hour here for the mountains, the Salt Lake Valley, and the Tooele and Rush Valley areas, and that's due to the lake effect that you just saw live on the Daybreak cameras. As we look at the forewarned radar, it gives you a really good idea of where this is happening. Quiet in southern Utah, but we see that darker blue on the western end of the Salt Lake Valley. Rain from Ivins, our Black Desert time-lapse video kind of shows that. Temperatures on the cooler side, even in the south, and we are going to now pick up with the winds. The rain has gone, but look at some of these numbers. These are current wind gusts in Hurricane, New Harmony, near Zion. Wow, Orderville. These are 50-mile-per-hour gusts. Enhanced canyon winds, gap winds, because of the northerly flow. So if you know, you know, but these are pretty consistent winds, and a high wind warning is in effect for Washington County as we get through the morning hours, through 8 a.m. So these are strong gusty winds. These gap winds hold on, and they're going to stick around for the overnight. Live view right now from Cache Valley. That is more like it. Hello, winter. That's what it's supposed to look like. Cache Valley, one of the areas we're watching closely because they could see very icy conditions come tomorrow morning due to freezing fog. Now, this happens when fog forms when the temperature and dew point come within about 4 degrees of each other. Then those super cooled water droplets, they'll freeze on contact to surfaces, and we get very icy conditions. There is a freezing fog advisory in effect for Cache Valley. It's going into effect in an hour here, but it's going to hold on through early tomorrow morning. 9 a.m. and you can see the area that's going to be impacted with that. Slick roads are expected. The morning commute could be tough. High temperatures today. High 38. That's average, but it feels cold, doesn't it? And we look at those numbers as we see 30s and 40s throughout the state, falling into the 20s. With dry conditions, with the exception of those isolated lake effect snow showers. Now, those will hold on, but then start to dwindle into the early morning hours. Will start to dry out overall. You notice that on the Futurecast here, which has a hard time even picking up the lake effect that we're seeing. High pressure takes over. That means we're going to welcome back inversion conditions through your weekend. A warming trend, but expect some building haze and overnight fog as we get through the weekend and into next week. 30s for those temperatures. We're going to be on the colder side. Northerly flow has a bit of a bite. Wind chill told you that. 39 in Moab, 42 in St. George. As we look at southern Utah, they're running 10 degrees below average tomorrow after those gap winds relax a little bit. 40s for the next several days, but getting back into the 50s by next week with sunshine and dry conditions. Here's the Wasatch Front. How about those 30s? Getting to 40 by Sunday, but the haze is going to build. That could moderate temperatures just a little bit. We're going to see what happens. But right now, if you're in or around the area getting lake effect snow showers, just know your commute tomorrow morning could be a little dicey. Get ready for it. We've got sports coming up next.